Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The fact that all 19 members of the Duggar family were educated at home is only one example of how unconventional this family is. With their own families established, some of the Duggar siblings have joined in. Jessa and Johanna have thrown themselves into homeschooling their children, while Jill and Jinger have opted to send them to school. However, Joy's approach to educating her eldest son, Gideon, has sparked a great deal of discussion when she revealed a glimpse inside her day. While Joy's husband, Austin Forsyth, is now working in California, the family is spending a considerable amount of time there. Fortunately, Joy gets to spend a lot of time with her sister, Jinger. As we can see in the video, it implies students are still required to do their coursework even while they are on the road. Joy and her eldest son, Gideon, who is 7 years old, are seen doing schoolwork together from 9 in the morning till 9:45 in the morning. Many on a prominent Duggar-related subreddit are unimpressed by this video, which one commenter interpreted as meaning that Michelle only homeschools Gideon for 40 minutes per day. This individual wrote, 40 minutes of school a day can't possibly be enough when Gideon should be in 2nd grade. One Reddit user went on to say, educational neglect is a serious problem in this country, suggesting that other users shared this view. What a shame. While I understand that some students benefit greatly from 40 to 60 minutes of one-on-one instruction, I was concerned that she wouldn't be able to give each student her undivided attention in a classroom setting with younger students. She has no business educating a youngster, given her own lack of knowledge. Some reviewers have suggested that if Joy incorporates other learning activities into their day, 40 minutes would be sufficient for a youngster of Gideon's age. If he's in 1st grade, I think that amount of time spent sitting down to learn reading, arithmetic, and writing is fair. Educative homeschoolers spend time throughout the day doing other educational stuff like board games, math, reading, activities with other kids, social skills, reading aloud, any subject, playing with educational or open-ended toys, educational videos, science, nature, self-sufficiency, physical activity, learning how to care for their home, field trips, community. The article states, the spotlight has always been on Johanna Duggar Forsyth. Her whole life has been under the microscope, beginning with her upbringing in the very strict Duggar home and continuing through her roles as a wife and mother. However, her strategy for homeschooling her first son, Gideon, has recently been the subject of intense criticism and discussion among both admirers and detractors. In a recent video, Johanna spilled the beans about homeschooling 5-year-old Gideon for around 40 minutes every day. Her casual post on their homeschooling experience swiftly escalated into a torrent of criticism, far from what she had anticipated. Many people took to social media to express their disapproval of Johanna's decision to let her kid attend school for such a short period of time, with some even accusing her of ignoring her son's educational requirements. The subject of how much time should be spent on education each day is a contentious one among homeschooling supporters and detractors. When compared to the 6 to 8 hours that traditional schools are open each day, Johanna's 40-minute class seems very short. Some think that a child's growth, especially in foundational areas like reading and mathematics, is stunted by such a little window of organized learning time. On the other hand, homeschooling advocates and parents have come to Johanna's aid, stating that homeschooling is substantially different from traditional education. A lot of people who choose to educate their children at home think that teaching each student individually is considerably more productive than teaching in a classroom, where teachers spend much of their time juggling many classes and other administrative duties. Johanna, who is also homeschooled, has replied by saying that she takes Gideon's individual requirements and learning speed into account while teaching him. According to her, their homeschool day starts with reading and arithmetic instruction, followed by free play, cooking, and other hands-on activities. Still, won't this do? Many have raised serious concerns about Johanna's attitude, including former admirers and educators. Many are concerned that a student who gets only 40 minutes of school each day may not be able to keep up with their classmates, especially in areas like reading and math. A number of the Duggar adult children seem to be having scholastic difficulties, leading some to believe that the family's history of dubious homeschooling techniques is to blame. As an educator, I can assure you that 40 minutes daily is far from sufficient, one social media user remarked. A youngster just cannot get the comprehensive education they need in such a short period of time. Doing this will doom him to failure. While some have argued that play-based and experience learning are useful, others have argued that they should only supplement formal education. For children to thrive, there must be structure, rules, and a balanced education. Another commentator made the observation that it is unrealistic to expect children to learn what they need to know from their daily experiences. The reaction hasn't budged Johanna's determination. She and her husband, Austin Forsyth, are very active in their children's schooling and upbringing. Therefore, she has justified her choice. She recently emphasized on Instagram that homeschooling is not about doing the same thing as a public school, but in a more relaxed setting. Quality, not quantity, is our primary concern. Children can learn just as well without spending all day sedentary. Gideon is doing well with their present technique, she said, highlighting that every kid learns in their own unique way. He's interested, he's learning, and he's actively participating. That is our primary concern. Homeschooling, according to Johanna's defenders, provides a level of personalization and adaptability that isn't always possible in public institutions. One school of thought holds that children as young as 5 years old learn best by play and discovery. Hence, there's no need for long, structured sessions in early childhood education. A broader discussion on homeschooling within the Duggar family includes the criticisms aimed at Johanna. A contentious conservative Christian group called the Institute for Basic Life Principles, IBLP, created a curriculum that Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar used to teach their 19 children. Academic laxity and an emphasis on religious indoctrination, rather than general education, are two major complaints leveled against the program. Some of the Duggar children have come under fire for what seems to be lifelong issues with spelling, grammar, and other fundamental academic abilities. One of the few Duggar siblings to publicly separate herself from the family's teachings is Jill Duggar Dillard. Dillard has acknowledged that she had to learn some courses again as an adult. Even though Johanna is a kind mother, her detractors worried that she may unwittingly pass the achievement disparity onto her children. Structured teaching in basic areas, augmented with creative and practical experiences, is something that educational professionals often stress as important for early childhood development. A combination of adult guidance, age-appropriate play, and a wide range of learning experiences is optimal for young children, says the National Association for the Education of Young Children, NAEC. Homeschooling, while very beneficial, demands a balanced approach. In addition to free play, reading, and critical thinking, experts suggest that young children devote at least an hour a day to organized reading and math activities. This is why some think that Gideon won't be able to achieve adequate academic achievement in the long run with Johanna's 40-minute sessions. Johanna seems to be totally devoted to her present homeschooling approach at the moment. But she could decide to change her strategy or reveal more about Gideon's whole school day as the criticism mounts. Homeschooling is not a cookie-cutter approach. That much is evident. While it is still unclear if Johanna's method is enough for Gideon's academic growth, the controversy has sparked a larger conversation over the nature of a good education, particularly for the children of famous homeschoolers. Both Johanna's advocates and detractors will certainly keep an eye on her as the discussion progresses. Only time will tell whether her response to the worries is to make adjustments to her homeschooling schedule or to remain resolute in her decisions.